So, you think success as an entrepreneur is all about goals, talent, and just pure grit, right? But what if that whole approach is fundamentally flawed? Today, we're breaking down James Clear's Atomic Habits not as some generic self-help book, but as an engineer's manual for building a superior operating system for your business and your life. Let's get right into it. This one sentence right here should change the way you think about everything. Seriously, think about it. The winners and the losers in your market, they often have the exact same goals. Everyone wants to be number one. So the goal itself isn't what makes the difference. The system is. This is all about shifting your focus from that distant finish line to the actual machine you're building to get you there every single day. All right, here's our game plan. We're gonna move fast. We'll start by debunking the myth of more effort. Then we'll completely reframe our focus onto systems. After that, we'll dive into the math that actually drives insane growth, install a simple 4-law operating system for your behavior, and then wrap up with a clear, no excuses action plan. Let's go. First, let's talk about a pain point that every single founder knows intimately. It's that feeling of hitting a wall, where you're pushing harder and harder, but you're just not getting better results. Look, this isn't a personal failure. It's a design flaw in your approach. Okay, so you're basically operating in one of two modes. On the left, you've got willpower. Think of it like a battery. It's a finite resource, and it's really only meant for emergencies. If you're constantly relying on it, you're on a direct path to burnout. But on the right, you have system-based design. This is about building an environment where the right actions are the easiest ones to take. You're literally engineering success by default. So now we're gonna make that critical pivot. We are moving our attention away from the temporary high of hitting some outcome and onto the relentless, continuous improvement of the process that creates those outcomes over and over again. And this table here, it just lays it out perfectly. A goal-oriented mindset, it's all about that one-time win. It's why people burn out after they hit a target. Progress feels like a pass-fail test. But a system-oriented mindset, that's about continuous refinement. It's about getting 1% better every day. The goal isn't just to win the game, it's to build a system so good that you can keep winning indefinitely. Now, this is the deepest, most powerful layer of this whole reframe. Real, lasting change isn't about what you want to achieve, it's about who you wish to become. Every single action you take is basically a vote for the type of person you are or the type of company you're building. When you get this, change becomes intrinsic, not something you have to force. Let's make this super practical. Saying you want to improve company culture is fuzzy. It's a wish, but adopting the identity, we are a company that values radical transparency, well, that gives you a blueprint. It guides every decision, from who you hire to how you run meetings. The identity actually builds the system for you. Okay, let's get into the math, because this is where the atomic part of Atomic Habits really shows its power. We're talking about the compound interest of execution. It's how tiny, daily improvements build an absolutely massive competitive advantage over time. Get this, if you improve by just 1% every day for a year, you don't end up 365% better. Because of the power of compounding, you end up almost 38 times better. That's not a typo. It's the mathematical reality that the best in the world use to create a gap so wide that no one can catch them. But, and this is a big but, there's a catch. For a long time, it's gonna feel like nothing is happening. This is what Clear calls the plateau of latent potential. Imagine heating water. It goes from 70 degrees to 80 to 99, and on the surface, it's still just water. All that energy is being stored. Then, 1 degree more at 100, you get a massive breakthrough. Most people quit on that plateau, right before the transformation. Your system is what keeps you going. So how do we actually build a system that can power through that plateau? This isn't philosophy, it's engineering. We're gonna install a 4-law operating system to build the habits that create real leverage. The framework is so simple, it's brilliant. Every habit has 4 parts: a cue, a craving, a response, and a reward. To build a good habit, you just engineer each step. Make the cue impossible to miss, make the craving irresistible, make the action frictionless, and make the reward immediately satisfying. That's it. That's the code for your new operating system. Now for that 3rd law, make it easy. This is your secret weapon, the 2-minute rule. Whatever new habit you want to build, scale it down so the first step takes less than 2 minutes. Want to review your sales pipeline every day? Your new habit is just opening the CRM. That's it.
The point isn't to do everything at once. The point is to master the art of just showing up. You have to establish the habit before you can ever optimize it.
And what about all the bad habits? The ones that are leaking your time, your focus, your money? Well, you just flip the script. You invert the 4 laws. You make the cue for the bad habit invisible. You make it unattractive. You make it difficult to do, and you make it deeply unsatisfying. This is how you systematically dismantle the behaviors that are holding your business back. Okay, enough theory. Let's make this real. This is your immediate action protocol. 3 high-leverage things you can go and do the minute you're done watching this. First, I want you to stop obsessing over your revenue goal. Instead, I want you to define the daily system of actions that, if you did them consistently, would make hitting that number basically inevitable. Second, pick just one of those actions, the one with the highest leverage, and apply the 2-minute rule to it. Third, find one thing in your physical or digital workspace and redesign it to make that 2-minute action stupidly simple. I want this idea to burn itself into your brain. All the metrics you track, your revenue, your profit, even your net worth, they're all lagging indicators. They're just a historical record of the systems you were running in the past. If you want to change the future scoreboard, you have to change the systems you run today, period. Ultimately, it really all boils down to this one question. Every single email you send, every priority you set, every process you build, it's a vote. It's a vote for the kind of entrepreneur you're becoming and the kind of company you're building. So what identity are you building with your actions today?